Loneliness is the final boss for a man. Once you defeat it, it's like a dragon with seven heads, like in the adventure books like we used to read when we were kids. But the prize is not a princess because it's not a fairy tale, okay? Like there is no princess left in this generation. The prize is your freedom. So once you defeat the dragon, I mean loneliness, yeah, then you're gonna achieve your freedom finally. So why is loneliness so dangerous for a man, especially, yeah? Like most men, unfortunately, they do bad things when they're lonely, towards them, like, and they, it's like, because it's very, very sad, it's not easy to be lonely, blah, 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 and this stuff, yeah. But once you replace the word loneliness with the word solitude, here where everything is changing, yeah. Because like in solitude, to be in solitude is like being in a power, yeah. It's not everyone can be in solitude, especially in this generation with a bunch of distractions. But also this generation is a fault of loneliness, okay? Because of, people are fake majority, you cannot make good friends, you cannot be in the good relationships, blah, 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 and this stuff. So the solitude is actually a very, very good choice. So, but when you're in solitude, okay, you need to overcome this feeling of loneliness, okay, because it's very, very hard. You replace the word loneliness with the word solitude, and also you replace the feeling lonely with the feeling of a power. Because only in power you can choose solitude, yeah. But how to fit the power? So instead of seeing out there, maybe your girlfriend left you, maybe your friends betray you. I don't know what's happened in your case. In my case, it's like, I'm stuck in small town, like I couldn't find a normal friendships out here, everything is just boring for me, I try to build normal relationships here, things didn't work out, so I chose solitude. But in my solitude is like, but instead of being sad, being out there, oh my God, what is happening to me? I replace that feeling of lonely to feeling of a power. So instead of being focused on being sad, you can be very, very productive. Because you got unlimited time, so you can focus on your dreams, focus on your goals, focus on your future. You can build a business that you always wanted, but because of so much distractions, you couldn't do it. You can start a YouTube channel like I did. You can do a bunch of interesting things, like you can finally build your dream life. You can build a remote income, for example. You can live in a place where you want, and now when you're gonna live in a place where you want, you can choose the people with who you wanna hang out, with who you wanna date. Maybe dating in your country is very, very bad. If you got a remote income, you can live wherever you want and choose the country where dating is very, very good. Actually, when you're gonna be appreciated, like where girls gonna love you because who you are, etc. So, but again, if you are in solitude, you got one. So if you are in solitude, use your time very, very careful, okay? Don't listen sad music. I did that mistake, and recently I just cut off any sad music from my life, okay? So I don't listen sad music anymore. I don't listen music anymore, okay? So just any kind of music, okay? I got bored of it too. So I'm fully focused on my business. I am focused on my personal brand, and that's it. So next time when loneliness is gonna hit you, and I know it's a very common problem among Gen Z, grab a paper, as I said in my previous videos, write on a paper what you always wanted to achieve, but because of maybe your parents, maybe society, maybe you were shy, maybe school, maybe college, maybe I don't know, maybe your work didn't allow you, yeah? Grab a paper, write on a paper what you always wanted to achieve and how you're gonna achieve that, okay? Maybe some hobbies that you always wanted to do, but you didn't do them, before. Write all of them, those steps, and you're gonna realize how your life is gonna change, okay? So that's the advice for this video. Once you replace the feeling of loneliness with the feeling of a power as a powerful man, and the word loneliness replaced with the solitude. Okay, I choose solitude now. I'm focused on my dreams. No one disturb me. I'm going towards my dreams, okay? This is temporary. It's happening now. I'm working towards to a better life. That's it. Once you do it, you realize how your life is gonna change. For everyone who feel lonely, who feel bored, I wrote ebook that save a bunch of people from loneliness and boredom. I'm gonna leave it in the description. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye bye.